Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're going to introduce the topic of integration. And integration is basically when we do the opposite of differentiation. So you can almost call it as anti-differentiation to an extent. So let's have a look at an example. Let's suppose we've got something like the integral, and this is the integral sign. It's like a long S, 6x squared plus 18x plus 5 with respect to x. So when we're differentiating something, what we did is that we would subtract the power by 1 and we would multiply that by that new power. So let's say the derivative of 3x squared plus 2x with respect to x was 6x plus 2, right? So we subtracted this power by 1 and we would multiply that and we would then remove this power. So that gave us a constant. But when it comes to integrating, what we do is we add the power by 1 and we multiply it by the new power. So, sorry, we divide it by the new power. So in this case, we have 6x cubed over 3 plus 18x squared over 2 plus 5 times x. Now, the reason why it's just x here is because the new power is 1, so there's no point dividing by 1. And we have a plus c. Now, the reason we put plus c is because we don't know what constant there could be, because the derivative of a constant is 0, and we can't see that here. So regardless of what the integral is, whether it's plus 15, plus 200, whatever that c term is, the derivative of that will still be 0. So that's why we can't see it, which means we have to add plus c every time we do an integral. So now as we simplify that, that gives us 2x cubed plus 9x squared plus 5x plus c. So that's how we sort of integrate. Let's have a look at another example. So let's say we want to find out the integral of 7x squared plus 5x plus 10 over x squared. So the first thing we do is simplify this, right? So that is really the same as writing the integral of 7x squared plus 5x plus 10 times x to the power of negative 2. Why? Because something to the power of negative 2 is equal to 1 over x to the positive power, right? So that just makes it a little bit easier to visualize. So now we continue. So this will be 7x cubed over 3 plus 5x squared over 2 plus 10x to the power of negative 1 divided by negative 1, right? So because that's the new power. Now that sort of gives us 7x cubed on 3 plus 5x squared on 2. Now a positive and a negative is going to give you a negative, right? So that's minus 10x to the power of negative 1. So really, to simplify that further, we can write it as 7x cubed over 3 plus 5x squared over 2 minus 10 divided by x. So that's really how we go about integration of some basic algebraic expressions. And I'll see you all in the next video.